So far, I have taken a 6.7% hit, but I have managed to outperform TQQQ by 7%. Hey everyone, welcome to Million Dollar Recipe, where I'm documenting my real-time journey of growing my portfolio from 0 to $1 million in 10 years using a hybrid SIP strategy. Today is day 7 and I'll take you through my investment decision, trade execution, and performance update. The first step in my strategy is to determine how much to invest for the day. I follow a fixed weekly investment limit where I invest $750 during an uptrend and $1,000 during a downtrend, following a 2:3 ratio. The number of units I buy varies based on market conditions, but I always stay within this weekly limit. To decide how many units to buy, I check the previous day's price action on the 1-day time frame, and according to my rules, if both the opening price and closing price are above the 12 EMA, I buy 2 units. But if both opening price and closing price are below the 12 EMA, or if either the opening price or closing price is below the 12 EMA, I buy 3 units. Following this rule, I checked yesterday's daily candle and here's what I found. The opening price was below the 12 EMA and the closing price was also below the 12 EMA. So my rule says I should buy 3 units today. Once I decide how many units to buy, the next step is to determine my entry point. And my entry strategy follows these conditions. I switch to a 5-minute time frame and I wait for the price to dip below the 12 EMA and then bounce back above it. So applying these rules, I monitored the price movement in the 5-minute chart today, and at 11:35 the price went below the 12 EMA and at 1:35 it returned but was not followed by a strong signal as the price came down again. At 2:20, it crossed back above the 12 EMA, but there was no proper confirmation as I noticed the formation of a shooting star, which is a sign of rejection, so I didn't want to take risk and I couldn't base my entry on the signal. To improve my entry, I drew a support line and I waited for a clear breakout. And at 2:40, the price crossed above my support line, confirming a breakout. So I bought 3 units at $78, investing $234.54. Now, looking at today's performance, since I started this journey, my total investment so far is $1,424, and by the end of the day, TQQQ closed at $78, bringing my total holdings market value to $1,328. My average price per unit currently stands at $83.7, and with today's market movement, my net loss till date is $95.70, translating to a loss percentage of 6.7%. Since I started this strategy, TQQQ has dropped by 14%, but my portfolio is down only 6.7%, meaning I have outperformed TQQQ by 7% so far. This approach of strategic averaging down and adjusting position sizes allows me to mitigate losses more effectively compared to a simple buy and hold strategy in TQQQ. So that wraps up day 7 of my investment journey. I'll continue sharing daily updates, and at the end of each week, I'll post a weekly performance summary to analyze my overall progress. If you found this update helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow along to see how this journey unfolds. See you in the next video.